The Wanderer returns. Apologize in advance for the quality of the stew.
Hey Nick, how you doing tonight?
I don't want to rush you, but
Can you hear me okay? I'm working on something. I'm at my new place and okay.
sometime
You know
today
what?
would be
I can hear
nice.
myself over the YouTube app. So, yeah. All right. Everything's working well so far.
In your
How have you
own
been?
time. Supplies are running down fast.
Yeah, I've been fine, man. Yeah. I haven't been on here for like the past month or so, 3 weeks. I've been I've been in the middle of a move. I'm currently dog sitting as well. So, if you hear some like chewing in the background, or I just am laughing for no reason, it's because the dog is either wanting to play, like right now, or the dog is chewing on something. So, the fact that I'm talking, the dog thinks I want to play. But what have you been up to? Hey, Speedy, how you doing, man? Long time no see. Is there anybody watching right now? I know it's kind of boring. I'm trying to get that daily challenge of running a certain distance to get a little bit more gold. Arkham Knight combat stuff, so like the combat challenges kind of thing, or something else. I haven't played that game in years either.
Hey, not so fast there!
Okay. Yeah, you have a lot more dedication to those, like,
I've been hearing some
completing the
rumors
games than
about
I
you.
do, man. Like,
Feel free to
I
peruse
basically
the
just, like,
wares.
get through the story
All
and
right,
I'm
what have you
done.
got?
Um, with very few exceptions. So you got some real dedication there. Yeah. As for me, I am now moved into the new
Good
place,
luck out there.
and currently dog sitting, which is awesome. But the dog thinks every time I'm talking, it means I want to. Um, well, I don't want to say the word because then
Uh-oh,
she
it's a
gets
cold-blooded
excited.
killer.
But
Hope he managed to bag a few with 4 legs along the way.
she thinks I want to interact with her. I have one more trophy. AR medals, dude. That's really good, man. Like I said, for me, I just basically would um, get through the story, and then I'd basically be done. Those AR medals are going to be a challenge too, though. Like I would try the other things, um, but ultimately it was just like and I would get bored with it. So I mean, the fact that you have that kind of tenacity, that's commendable. Oh shoot! Well, that resulted in a very bad pelt. Okay. Well, how far are you from the GTA Platinum? What do you think is the hardest game that you've gotten Platinum on so far? I didn't want to jump on there. I wanted to open up a campsite. Okay. Yeah, I upgraded to the PS5 version of GTA 5. I don't know, not long after I got a PS5. But like, you can't go back to the PS4 now. Like, it's a permanent switch. Like with Red Dead, I can switch back and forth whenever. That's not a big deal.
Come back when you're in the market for real quality.
Alright, I'm just gonna see if there's any collectibles in the area. And then I'm gonna start working on a character.
What the?
Doesn't seem to be any, so. At least not that I'm willing to go and get. Yeah, dude, take your time.
Hi there. Come on
I'll
in.
be here for a bit. think this is
Well,
probably
I
the
heard
best
some folks got
option.
swindled by a street barber. Well, I always say, you get what you pay for. All right, you know where I am.
Make sure I'm not missing anything here. 5 fish with a lure. I could get that one knocked out here, yeah. Nope, don't see a fishy. Nothing northern pike. That ain't no northern pike. Where's the northern? Okay, there we go. I Lake Isabella. No, I don't really go up to Lake Isabella. I I don't know. I know some people love that area. For me, it's like I just don't think that there's a whole lot to do. And since like most of the time when I'm playing this game, it is just to get things set up for a creation. Um, it's just helpful to be someplace where all the storefronts are and everything. Come on, let this be a big fish. Feels like there's more resistance here. No, I've never used any of those glitches. Um, Mostly just out of fear of like Rockstar banning my account or something. I will keep the lake sturgeon. Set it off to the side. And I will get my last 2 fish. Yeah, I've heard that glitch is really helpful. But I just I I know that Rockstar kind of has like a zero tolerance thing with stuff like that. They will like they might not crack down on you right away, but when they do, it is like zero tolerance. They don't cut any corners there. Yeah, no, I'm aware of it. I just like I said, I've had this account since Red Dead Online originally came online, and just I have a lot of stuff, and I don't even want to risk the chance of of losing it, getting it banned, or what have you. So, but I do appreciate the info. I do know about the glitch though. Come on, there we go. Pick it up. Now we go sell it and make like 750. Yeah, I mean, and that's just it though. Is that like I'm also somebody who has like notoriously bad luck. Um, like I bought a new piece of furniture last week, and despite using a lot of things to tie it
Looking to sell
down,
your wares or buy some of the
um,
finest meat
one of
that
those
ever
tie
graced
downs
this
came
town?
loose, uh, and the furniture like the furniture fell off the vehicle, and then it got hit by another vehicle before I could even get it home.
I'm sure you'll
So
be back.
that is my kind of luck. I even though I'm sure like Rockstar was good for you, I don't take risks like that because I know what my luck is. I've got history on my side for that, so. Yeah, I mean, like Rockstar, this game used to have like it was really easy to get gold in the beginning. Second here. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, 500 gold sounds like a lot until you try to buy a bunch of stuff, and then it's like it's gone real quick. So, I tend to only buy the stuff that will show up in character creation mode, or like if I'm using it for an outfit. But yeah, I mean, when this game, when Red Dead Online first came out, like the daily challenges, they would keep going. Sorry, it's late here. Excuse me, at least late for me. Um, you know how like it resets every month now? When it first came out, it didn't reset, and so at one point it was um like you could get like I think it was half a bar or a full bar of gold for every challenge you did. Um, so I mean that was some good days. That's how I got like over 500 gold right now. Oh, it's not that late for me, but I've been up since what like 6:30 this morning. So, it's been a long day for me. And tomorrow I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to get a new piece of furniture to replace the one that got damaged right after I bought it. So, we'll see about that. Well, right now I'm dog sitting and the dog had to go out. That's how it goes. And the dog is staring at me right now. She's a good puppy though. So, but yeah, just after letting the dog out, then just basically got started getting ready for work. It's that simple. Really depends on the TV show. But what one were you thinking of? Okay. Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon? Like I know that they currently have a new series out. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent show. There was at one point I was told at some point, and I didn't start watching it until it was already done. But I was told at some point like the production values really just bottomed out. Um, and I didn't know what season that happened, but once it happened, I could tell. Um, like so many of the CGI scenes looked like they were from like the Sci-Fi Channel or something. They just got really bad really quick. Okay. Yeah, I want to say that's when the books have ended at this point. Like the author, whatever his name is, um, at the point that the production value of the show went downhill is the same time that like they ran out of books to adapt. Yeah, I've watched Dexter. I haven't watched the I mean it wasn't a reboot, whatever it was called. Um New Blood. It's in my to watch list, but I have not watched it yet. And my sister has told me that I would probably really like the show Barry, but I haven't watched that one either. Yeah, I think the original plan was for the books to be done by the time they got to that point, but um, the author just hasn't put out a new book yet. Oh, I already watched the original Dexter series. I thought it ended weird, um, but yeah, I'm still interested in seeing how New Blood goes. Okay. Yeah, no, I might end up doing that eventually. Right now I have like what is it, Disney Plus and Peacock. Um, and my membership on those are going to be ending here in the next month and a half. So there's still shows on there that I want to get through, like Chucky. I want to see how that has turned out at this point. Um, I think I'm on season towards the end of season two. I think maybe the beginning of season three. Like there's multiple different types of Chucky right now, so it's really interesting. I have not even heard of that documentary. So really So Nick Crowley made a video about himself. That was really creepy. Oh, okay. So who is Smart Schoolboy 9? I have no idea what that's about or who that is. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'd be interested in watching something like that. Yeah, I don't really go in on all the disturbing kind of stuff. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that there's an audience for it, and it's like a true crime documentary or something. Like I don't, generally speaking, I don't really care much for those. Well, I'm well aware of how dangerous the internet is. Um, no, I've already had my fair share of weirdness when it comes to the internet. So yeah, and I definitely don't need to watch a documentary to like let me know that. see that's see that's one thing I like about horror movies though is that like a horror movie in general isn't real. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Scream. You know, uh, those aren't real stories. They could be based on something that happened, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Um, that story itself never actually happened, but they took stories from like multiple different um, crimes, blended them all together, and came up with the narrative of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, Winchester, thanks. I don't know. Best looking, like just in appearance, or do you think like are you talking about like most accurate for what I was going for? Because those are going to be two different answers. And are you also like referring to male or female creations? Because that's also going to play into the answer. Yeah, see, and that's just it. Based on a true story, like they can take like such a small amount of the information and then just run with it. Um, I'm trying to think of what an example of that was. That really was seriously. It was basically like There was the name of a family. Um, I think it was the Strangers. I think it was the Strangers. It was based on a true story. Like basically, there was a family that was tied up, um, and like and tortured. Um, I don't know if they survived or not in the real world, but yeah, I mean, it says it was based on a true story, but all it was like they just took this tidbit of information about this family that had somebody like torture them at home, um, and they built an entire story around it. And actually, I guess now really a franchise because like there's a TV show and sequels about it and everything. So I don't know. But I mean, really, it was just some like the most vaguest of information, um, and they just built an entire story around it. It's like what you see in the movie didn't actually happen. They just made it up. You know. Before. Um, Winchester. I think the best looking character that I've made. Um, I don't know. I'd probably say it would be like I'm rather proud of the way my Negan character creation turned out. Considering like the limitations of the character creation and everything, the system for Red Dead, I think that one turned out pretty well. At least if you're talking about Red Dead creations. If you're talking about like GTA or something, um, I'm pretty happy with the M&M creations I made. I know there was another one that I made recently that I was rather happy with, but I can't remember who that was off the top of my head. Yeah, yeah, no, The Strangers is a very weird movie, and it's especially weird because, like I said, it's mostly made up. Um, so all of that stuff would have come from like the minds of whoever wrote it. There might be some like real information in there, but for the most part, it's just fabricated. Yeah. So one thing I'm going to suggest is that whenever you see that something is based on a true story, like look up what the true story actually is. Because I know, again, going back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like there was no cannibalistic family uh, in Texas with that was like cutting people up with a chainsaw and like the person whatever it was a whole bunch of weird stuff. But there was what was his name? Ed Gein? No, there was there was like some cannibal that actually used um, like people's skin to decorate his home. Like he had like chairs, um, and he was a cannibal. Um, if it's not Ed Gein, then Ed Gein is another like famous killer. Oh yeah, it's surprised if there wasn't. Like it's really just going to depend on where you live. Um, You know, the more people that are the bigger the population, the better the chances are. Um, and if yeah, depending on if you make the distinction between murder and killing, we're getting into some heavy stuff here now. But I mean, if you depends if you make the distinction between murder and killing. Um, then I mean, like anybody in the military that has had active service, like in a combat zone. I mean, there's a good chance that they've had to do some things. So, what do I do for work? I really don't talk about myself personally. I just don't care to have my that kind of information out there. So, I mean, right now I'm puppy sitting, and I've moved into a new place, so that's about as much personal information as I care to share. No offense. That's another one of those reasons why, like, um, I don't, I'm not in front of the camera. Why I'm not in front of a camera. Um, and the puppy might want to leave. Yeah, puppy came back. Okay. All right. No, I actually just play on the PlayStation, either the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. Yeah, that's why it's like I don't. I hear PC is very toxic. It depends. Excuse me. It depends on the community. Um, yeah, I mean, like I've seen some of those videos where people actually get swatted and everything. Yet another reason why I don't care to really get in front of the camera. Um, but yeah, I just some of those communities like it does tend to be the ones that are very like violence heavy. So we're talking about like Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto. Um, they tend to get really um, I don't know, vindictive, I guess. So, and of course, there's going to be exceptions to every rule, but you know, I don't get griefed nearly as much on Red Dead as I do in GTA, for example. No, I'm probably not going to get Black Ops 6. I really haven't. When it comes to the military shooter games, I really haven't gotten into any since like Medal of Honor, and that was a while ago. I mean, people enjoy them, and that's fantastic. You know, um, different people like different things. Um, it's not a type of game for me. Um, I definitely would have preferred more updates on Red Dead Online. Um, like I feel like this game didn't get a fair shake. Um, like we didn't even get like bank heists. for Red Dead. You know, I mean that should have been a given, but it never happened. Sorry, I'm supposed to be watching the puppy, making sure that that she doesn't like she has some like something going on with her legs. Um, so I'm just having to make sure that she doesn't go crazy licking her legs. And I caught her doing that. As soon as I looked over, she stopped and just like literally paused, like didn't move at all. Oh, yeah. Um, that's one of the things I hope they actually like listen to the fan base. Like they there's a lot of stuff that came out in previous passes that just haven't been available again. So like fans that missed out on some of those have just said, "Hey, why don't you just release them to the catalog or something? Let us use our gold or money to buy them." So I'm hoping they do that because that helps level the playing field a little bit, at least as far as um, what characters look like. So as for the dog breed, she is a 100% purebred good girl. um, I think the technical term is that she's a mutt, but she is very clever, um, very loving. She is a fantastic little pupper. That is not what I wanted to do. So anyway, it is the weekend. What do you have planned? Ah, all right. Yeah, no worries, dude. You have a good night. I try to get on here about this time, maybe a little earlier, on Fridays. So if you're online, feel free to stop in. Man, this guy, like every appearance, he ends up looking different. Shaw. Just so weird. Everyone is different. Yeah, maybe bringing those ears a little bit. Yeah, see, some of these, he looks like almost like Keanu Reeves in Speed. That ain't it. Get some age on him. That's too far down. That's gonna work. Yeah, it's like one image, his nose looks really wide. Another one, it looks fairly normal. Alright, let's go back to one of his weirder images. Okay, yeah, that cheekbone comes out way too much. Better. Maybe lower a bit. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, maybe pull in his eyebrows a bit. Yeah, I wish I could make his lips thinner, but that's really as thin as they get. Uh, mm. That'll about do it. All right. Well, to anybody that's currently watching or watching in the future, I think I'm going to call it here. Um, now that I've moved, I should be back onto a fairly regular streaming schedule of Fridays, about 8 o'clock Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Um, yeah. With that, thanks for watching, and hope to catch you next time.